Look, we promised you shenanigans. We always deliver. So this is during the break. The San Diego Chicken handing flowers to Joe West. And Joe is left holding the bag or the stem. Ha-ha. Gotcha.
Then a wonderful embrace.
How quickly things change Tuesday night. Positive atmosphere. Joe West setting the record for most games officiated all-time MLB history. And then this happens the next day.
I think that hit the bat.
So a hit batsman puts 2 on for the Sox late in the game against St. Louis. Mike Shildt comes out, does a pitching change, standard stuff. But as the pitching change is completed, the new pitcher comes in. The umpires notice something on that pitcher's hat.
Pretty spotless. And now, you know what? Joe West was looking at something maybe on the glove of Gallegos. Mike Shildt's coming back. And maybe it's the bill of his cap. And he throws out Shildt.
Shildt's leaving. Joe West broke the record yesterday for most games umpired. Now he's adding to his ejection total. Shildt is irate.
Now, why managers take their hats off is when they want to get in the face of the umpire, they don't want to hit him in the bill of his cap. So what he's saying is, look, that's nothing more than trying to get a grip. And I think maybe he's telling him to change gloves or change hats.
Gallegos getting a different hat.
Yeah, it's a hat. Could very well be something on the bill of the cap. Who knows? But Mike Shildt is getting his money's worth. What you do like to see here, okay, an argument is one thing. They're going to take that. He's going to make sure that that hat is examined and see what happens. It becomes hat gate.
Yeah, Dan Bellino's putting the hat in the evidence locker, so we're seeing the chain of custody on the hat.
Absolutely. And then, of course, there'll be a polygraph for the bat boy. So
hopefully Jason Grimsley won't go.
And now Mike Shildt is coming back out again to see if, well, what Joe has to say to his pitcher. He doesn't want him upset, but what you'd like to see here is you'd like to see the pitcher warming up. I'm pretty much hoping that Mike Shildt stays out there. He can stay out there for 10, 15 minutes if he wants to, as long as Gallegos does not get any more throws to loosen up.
This is one of those times where I'd really like for everybody to hear what's going on if the umpires could be generous enough to tell us what happened on the field, but that may come in future years. Watch Gallegos come out of the bullpen.
Well,
he's got the mark on the hat.
There appears to be a dark spot in the middle of his cap. Now, usually if there is a light spot, that's just rosin and water. And Joe is saying, you know what? I guess maybe something on my forearm. Joe is saying there's something on the hat.
Okay, we've been through enough rodeos before to know about the foreign substance, the illegal substance rule. The pitcher shall not have on their person or in their possession any foreign substance. Shildt argues the umpire's order to do or to refrain from doing something, which is also in the rule book. And Shilt's objection to that decision is ground for ejection, and that's why Shildt is thrown out.
No tampering with the evidence, as you know, especially you being a law student and all.
So was second base umpire Dan Bellino. He's actually a lawyer licensed to practice in the state of Illinois. And Bellino, according to Joe West's comment to the Pool Reporter, was the one who initiated investigation of the hat. Joe West thought, we can do some preventative officiating here. Just switch out your hat before you officially come into the game and you can pitch. Rather than you throw a pitch, then we discover it, and by rule, once that happens, we have to eject you, which has happened many times. The foreign substances in the past, we're looking at some clips. This is Jerry Davis doing an ejection. This was Boston, New York, but it's happened throughout the league. So Joe West thought, we can prevent this confrontation from happening earlier simply by switching out the hat beforehand. Mike Shildt did not appreciate that and put up an ejectable argument for it. Actually, speaking of Joe West's longevity, he was around in 1988. He was the plate umpire when Jay Howell was ejected with Hunter Wendelstedt's father, Harry Wendelstedt, for a foreign substance on his glove during a game. So Joe West, remembering that, thought preventative officiating. We can prevent all of this from happening by simply asking the pitcher to change his hat. Mike Shildt didn't like it, and Mike Shildt was ejected as a result. But at least the pitcher got to stay in the game.